Hello all, welcome to the chapter of theory of equations with the subtopic transformation of equations. The equations get transformed whenever their roots are changed. For example, I'll consider a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 whose roots are alpha comma beta. So in general, we will consider this ax square plus bx plus c as 0 as f of x is equal to 0. See, if the roots alpha and beta are changed, automatically this quadratic equation will be transformed. How it is transformed? We will see that. All the possibilities we will see. The first possibility. What if the roots change their sign? That means both the roots change their sign. That means alpha becomes minus alpha and beta becomes minus beta. You are supposed to understand that x will become minus x. If alpha and beta change their signs, that means if alpha and beta becomes minus alpha and minus beta, x becomes minus x. That means you have to understand that in place of x you are supposed to take minus x. So I will tell you why. First let me complete this table. The second possibility. If both the roots alpha and beta become the reciprocals, that means alpha becomes 1 by alpha and beta becomes 1 by beta, then what happens to this f of x? The f of x is equal to 0 will become f of 1 by x is equal to 0. So that means in place of x you are supposed to take 1 by x. A into 1 by x whole square plus b into 1 by x plus c equal to 0. See, the equation is changed from ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 to this form. Similarly, the third possibility. What if both the roots alpha and beta are added by a constant k? That means alpha becomes alpha plus k, beta becomes beta plus k. In that case, dear students, you might think that x becomes x plus k, but actually x becomes x minus k is equal to 0. I'll tell you why. So, what is the meaning of f of x minus k is equal to 0? It means that in place of x you are supposed to take x minus k. That means a into x minus k whole square plus b into x minus k plus c equal to 0. Similarly, if both roots alpha and beta are subtracted by a constant k, that means if alpha becomes alpha minus k and beta becomes beta minus k, then f of x will become f of x plus k equal to 0. So you know what to write here, right? Then the fifth possibility. What if both the roots alpha and beta are multiplied by a constant k? That means alpha becomes k alpha and beta becomes k beta. In this case, what happens? You might be thinking here f of x will become f of kx is equal to 0. No, actually it becomes f of x by k is equal to 0. So that means a into x by k whole square plus b into x by k plus c equal to 0. And then the sixth possibility. So what if both the roots are divided by a constant k? That means alpha becomes alpha by k, beta becomes beta by k. So that means, dear students, here x will become kx is equal to 0. That means f of x is equal to 0 will be changed as f of kx is equal to 0. And then the next possibility, the seventh possibility probably. If both the roots alpha and beta are squared, what happens? That means alpha becomes alpha square and beta becomes beta square. Then f of x is equal to 0 is changed as f of root x is equal to 0. That means in place of x you are supposed to take root x. A into root x whole square plus b into root x plus c equal to 0. Similarly, you can extend this concept. If alpha and beta, the roots are cubed, that means alpha becomes alpha cube and beta becomes beta cube. Then f of x is equal to 0 is changed as f of cube root x is equal to 0. You can understand what is the meaning of it. A into cube root of x whole square plus b into cube root of x plus c is equal to 0. Similarly, you can extend this for alpha power n and beta power n. And next, what if alpha becomes a alpha plus b and beta becomes a beta plus b. Then what happens to f of x is equal to 0? It becomes f of x minus b by a. See, as we keep on discussing, you might be thinking it's little difficult to by heart. Is there any method of explaining why it is so? Yes, we have it. I will discuss those methods also. So alpha and beta, if it is changed like this, then f of x is equal to 0 is changed like this. The equations are transformed. Now let us see proofs of just 2 or 3. That is enough. If you understand 2 or 3 proofs, you can easily derive the proof for everything else. Okay? Fine. Let me prove that if alpha and beta, if both the roots are multiplied by constant k, I'll prove that the equation is transformed as f of x by k is equal to 0. Let us see its proof. Okay, dear students, you can take any one person as y. So let y is equal to k alpha. Let y is equal to k alpha. From here you can find what is alpha is equal to y by k. And do you know that alpha is a root of f of x is equal to 0? Alpha is a root. That means what? We can say that f of alpha is equal to 0 because alpha is a root. In place of x we can substitute alpha. And just now we have found that alpha is equal to y by k. So f of alpha means y by k is equal to 0. Where y is a dummy variable. In place of y you can keep any other variable also. So y will be replaced by x. So now do you understand? If the roots alpha and beta are multiplied by a constant k, then f of x is converted as f of x by k is equal to 0. Similarly, we will see one more example. What happens to the equation if alpha becomes a alpha plus b, comma, beta becomes a beta plus b? Observe that the same thing happened for both alpha and beta. Then what happens to this? I already told you that f of x is equal to 0 is transformed as f of x minus b by a is equal to 0. But you will be thinking why is it so? So let us see its proof. So as I told you, you can take any one person among these two as y. So I will take y is equal to a alpha plus b. So take b left side, transpose it is equal to a alpha. From here you will get alpha is equal to y minus b by a. So as I told you, alpha is a root of f of x is equal to 0. That means that in place of x we can substitute alpha. It satisfies the equation. So again alpha means you can write y minus b by a. Where y is a dummy variable, it can be replaced with any other variable. I will replace it with x. So that's why if alpha comma beta are changed as a alpha plus b and a beta plus b, then f of x is equal to 0 is changed as f of x minus b by a is equal to 0. See, whatever derivations I have given, whatever formula I have given for quadratic equation can be extended for cubic equation, biquadratic equation, and similarly for any equation. Which means that, for example, alpha, beta, gamma, delta are the 4 roots of a biquadratic equation f of x is equal to 0. You know its general form already. If the roots are multiplied by a constant k, so that means k alpha, k beta, k gamma, k delta, then what happens to f of x? It becomes f of x by k is equal to 0. So whatever I told for quadratic equation is applicable for cubic equation, it is also applicable for biquadratic equation also. Here I just took an example of biquadratic equation. Now let us see the application of this transformation of equations by taking one example. Now look at this question. If alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of a cubic equation, then they told us to find the equation whose roots are transformed like this. Are you observing that all 3 look alike itself? Yes. Now let us see the process. So we will stick with the process. So what is it? Let us consider this person, any one person among this as y. So y is equal to alpha minus 1 by beta gamma. If you take LCM, you'll get y is equal to alpha beta gamma minus 1 by beta gamma. So you can substitute the value of alpha beta gamma minus d by a. Correct? Alpha beta gamma, the product of the roots is minus d by a. So from the cubic equation, what is the value of minus d by a? Minus d by a, you'll get minus 1. Already we have minus 1 divided by beta gamma. So therefore, you will get y is equal to minus 2 divided by beta gamma. Now you can multiply the denominator and numerator with alpha. So once again you got alpha beta gamma in the denominator, whose value is minus 1. Therefore y is equal to 2 alpha. Y is equal to 2 alpha means what? Alpha is equal to y by 2. So what are we going to do with this? We already know that if you take this as f of x is equal to 0, alpha is a root of this equation. That means in place of x we can substitute alpha. We can call it as f of alpha is equal to 0. And where alpha is nothing but y by 2. So in place of alpha we can write y by 2. F of y by 2 is equal to 0. So in the cubic equation, in place of x you are supposed to substitute y by 2. So what happens? X cube means, let me first write the equation x cube minus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. So in place of x you are supposed to take y by 2. That means y by 2 whole cube minus 3 into y by 2 plus 1 equal to 0. So you get y cube by 8 minus 3y by 2 plus 1 equal to 0. So multiply with 8 on both sides, you will get your final answer. So what is it? Y cube minus 12y plus 8 equal to 0. So again y is a dummy variable. In place of y you can take x itself. Therefore the final transformed equation is x cube minus 12x plus 8 is equal to 0. We can replace y with x. So therefore if alpha beta gamma are changed like these percents, then this cubic equation is converted as x cube minus 12x plus 8 is equal to 0. Thank you.